Howdy doody everybody, my name is KevGuuey and welcome back to Distant Memorajo. Miss Ray had a point with her suggestion. I even kind of wanted to give it a try, but my desire to hold back was even stronger. Even though I'd managed to learn a little, there were so many more words and expressions I still didn't understand. At least with Ruka and Miss Ray, I felt a sense of comfort knowing that if worst came to worst, I could ask them questions in Japanese and continue the conversation easily. Those two aside, I could communicate with the familiar faces around the neighborhood like the lady at the produce shop without too much pressure. But I had no confidence that I'd be able to act the same way at school. Why would you think that? Just the other day, when I showed my visitor's identification card at the grocery store, the woman in line behind me snorted openly. There were definitely people who didn't look kindly on strangers. It wasn't hard to imagine, considering the advice Ruka's teacher had given her when she was graduating to not talk about her status as a visitor. I could prepare for the first day by practicing my self-introduction for my classmates, but I was scared of what would come after that. Some mean-spirited person might try to trip me up with a Juliamo proficiency test. There was even the possibility of a well-meaning person bombarding me with questions, innocently curious about the world I used to live in. If that happened, my Juliamo skills would be so weak that all I could probably say would be,
"Perdono, mine povas paroli la lingvon Juliamo lerte. Nu min lernas vortojn de Juliamo."
If only I could respond a little more cleverly, but that was just me trying to avoid my current lack of ability and knowledge. There was no sense in getting hung up on the negatives. But there were also other things keeping me from thinking positively. She is very shocked. I'd been slacking off on studying lately, so even my fundamentals were rusty. Although, if I overworked my engines right at the starting line, I'd probably burn out in no time. And that's how procrastination starts. Maybe it was better to start off with a warm-up lap. The only difference between C and C was the diacritic mark, and their pronunciation sounded almost the same to me. Everything was fine after I had just learned E, feminine, but things got confusing once C came along. I mean, it's kind of like the number 4 in Chinese. Yeah, number 4 in Chinese. 4, that's 4. But then 死, that's death. So that's why Chinese people or Asian people see the number 4 as a bad number. Oh, bad number. So yeah, like a bad luck number. For example, I am reading my book. Mi legas mien libron. You are reading your book. Vi legas vien libron. Those were no problem since they didn't need any modification. Even supposing we traded books with one another, that format would be: I am reading your book. Mi legas bien libron. This kind of reminded me of Spanish when I was taking Spanish in high school. You're reading my book. Vi legas mien libron. Simple as that. But if you wanted to express an action affecting a subject in the third person, that's where C, reflexive pronoun, came in. Speaking of the third person, they, he, she, she, illy, they, and he, it, were all expressed as proper nouns. Oh no, am I actually gonna be learning a new language? Like in real life from this? Because then, oh no, I remember so much. He is reading his own book. Li legas sian libron. He is reading her own book. Li legas sian libron.
ここみと同じ発想でミアンリブロンだからリイコールリアンリブロンって組み立てちゃうと意味が変わっちゃうんだよね。
He is reading his book. They look the same at first glance, but
A さんが B さんの本を読んでいるを意味する。
in other words, Li, he indicating the subject, and Li, he indicating the owner of the book refer to different people. So to establish that the subject is the same person, you have to use C, reflexive pronoun. She is reading her own book. She legas bien libron. She, A, is reading her B's book. She legas cien libron.
これだよこれ。この表記が私を惑わせるんだよ。
I really wish they could have made the spelling and pronunciation of those two words less similar for my benefit.
まあ、そういうものなんだから文句つけても始まらないか。
Yeah, just for your own benefit. I just had to pay extra close attention so I didn't get them mixed up.
あと、今気づいた。私、ほとんどリって表現、実際の会話で使ってないじゃん。イーリも。
Why was that? He, it, referring to inanimate objects came up fairly often.
あ、そっか。私、特定の人としか話してないからだ。
I could count those people on just one hand. I also only talked to them on an individual basis, so I never needed to deal with plural expressions.
ルカがレイさんの本を読んでいる。二人は別人で、どちらも女性。これは A が B の本を読んでいるとも表現できる。そしてルカ・レガス・シアン・リブロンにもなり得ると。
Oh, Xian. SH sound. Okay. She, A. Ruka, and she, B. Miss Ray, the book's owner, are different people. That's why you had to use she to indicate a separate person instead of C, reflexive pronoun.
やっぱり A さんと B さんで考えるより自分が知る人に置き換えた方が100倍わかりやすいぞ。
Wait, that sentence I just made up. I kind of felt like I'd heard that somewhere else just recently.
ルカがレイさんの本を読んでいる。レイさんの本を読んだ。あれ、そんなことがあったような、なかったような。
It must have been at the library.
そう、思い出した。ルカとレイさんに相関心を習った時だ。
Ruka referred to herself in that self-important way out of nowhere, which really caught me off guard. Even Miss Ray seemed flustered by it. What was that all about? Mysteries upon mysteries. Might try asking Ruka what all that was about once she got home.
よし、勉強に戻ろう。
I pulled out my printouts to look at them again with fresh eyes and saw A and B pop up again.
あの日、レイさんは喪服を着ていたんだよね。
Mourning clothes? Why was she mourning? The memory just suddenly popped into my mind like in some kind of word association game. We were in the cafe when Miss Ray told me a story about some friends of hers she called Miss A and Miss B. Wait, I'm supposed to be studying right now. Try translating your thoughts into Juliamo.
レイさんは自身の友人について私に話してくれた。ついてってなんだっけ？プリだったような。
I knew that the similar sounding word plea meant more, so I was pretty confident pre meant about.
レイ・パロリス・アルミー。レイさんは私に話したプリシアミコって自身の友人についてになるのか？
Alright, and I got to use that P too. Huh? Via amico? There's a Miss A and Miss B, that means I should use the plural form.
シアイアミコイ。
Wait, hold on a second. Miss A and Miss B weren't both necessarily Miss Ray's friends. The only one Miss Ray knew personally was Miss A, and she heard about Miss B from her.
レイさんの友人とそのまた友人ってレイさんとは別の女性だからシアミコかいシアミコとか。
Oh. Prisiage amico Prisia amico Kashia amico. I think for this part, I'm just gonna read that yellow text above the box. Her own friends plural, or her own friend and her friend's friend. Or maybe neither of those were grammatically correct.
気になるな。
Was my sentence right or not? I really wanted to know one way or the other, but more than that, I needed a smartphone to auto-translate.
A さんと B さん、そしてレイさんか。
After all this time, I was finally starting to wonder how they were all related. And then she just got distracted and be like, how are they all related again? And I'm gonna end the episode here for Distant Memorajo. Oh, show? It should be Memorajo, right? No, Memorajo? Memorajo. Does that up accent thing. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys did, then please smash that like button and subscribe down below for more awesome videos. And don't forget to ring that little bell to get notifications of my uploads. Thank you everybody for watching this episode, and you guys will hear me in the next video. Goodbye!